Hey everybody, it's Flyin Ryan here with a review of another LaTrax Alias clone. This is the HT F802C because this has the camera on the bottom. You may notice right off the bat I've got some silly prop color thing going on. Well, that is because I have found that the props are extremely brittle and I've already broken both of the front green ones, so I had to use the spare back black blade now, so I've got a mismatch of colors there. But yeah, I mean, I've already broke both of the green ones and they break at the hub. It just seems, I don't know, they just crack in half. They just seem very, very brittle, and I can already see on this other green one there's a crack. I don't know if that'll show up on camera or not, but it's already cracked a little bit too, so it's getting ready to break. And I haven't really crashed this thing hard or anything. I don't even really know how they broke. So a little bit worried about the blades there, and I'm not sure how available spares are or if you can use spares from other models. They do screw in through the top, not the side. If that helps in finding possible other replacements, I'm not sure. The camera is a 2 megapixel HD camera. However, it's not really intended to be removed. I mean, the wires here go like up inside over the top of the board, so it's not like it's plugged in right here on the outside where you can just easily unplug it. And it's screwed onto this mount, so it's not even really easy to take off of that mount. So the camera is kind of permanent unless you wanted to, really go through some work. It's definitely not, intended to be taken on and off right at the flying field or anything like that. The camera angle is adjustable, so you can, angle the lens if you want, so that's nice. And, it's your standard LaTrax Alias clone. I've done a few other of these recently, so it has the really nice bright LEDs in the arm, so definitely easy to see, and, night flyer, visible from a distance, all that kind of stuff. It has two rates. Let's look at the controller while we talk about those. So that you change rates with the right bumper. It has two rates and it has one yaw rate, and it's decent. Maybe a little bit faster than some of the other clones, but still not, not super fast, not as fast as the actual Alias, and not quite what I would consider for a sport flyer. I still think it's a little bit on the slow side. It does flips, hit the left bumper and then move your right stick in whatever direction you want to flip. Let's see, you operate the camera by clicking the sticks. I believe it's right stick for filming and left stick for pictures, and then it beeps the whole time while it's filming, which is kind of annoying. But this is the same sort of, I think, from if you saw my review of the 803C. Same transmitter, same protocol. You can use the transmitters together. So a little bit weird with like the trim layout and all the different, where the buttons are and stuff, and a lot to remember. But pretty decent. The main thing I like is that it has thumb pads on by default, but you can pull those off and put these sticks on. However, I found the thumb pads were extremely tight. At first, I thought maybe they forgot that they were supposed to be swappable and they were glued on. I thought for sure I could not remove them. But I just kept trying, and you make sure to hold down the stick, the main base here while you're pulling on the stick so you don't like end up pulling the whole thing out or something. But I had to really work on it, but I did eventually get those thumb pads off, and then I could put the sticks on. And for me as a pincher, that makes it much better, so I like seeing the option for sticks or thumb pads. But while we're looking at this, it also comes with a USB charger, and it comes with a little card reader for the memory card, and it does come with the memory card as well. Let's see, what size was that? That's a 2 gigabyte micro SD card for the camera. It does come with prop guards, which work decent. It flies well with them. It doesn't get all messed up like some of the other clones. So it can fly with the prop guards on. They don't work too great. They don't really protect over the prop. They don't come up enough. and they do touch pretty close to the end of the prop. Let me kind of just put one in place and try to hold it there. There are 2 screws per prop guard, so you've got to screw them on with 2 screws. But I guess there's a decent little bit of clearance there at the end, but yeah, not much. So when you bump into the wall, it does kind of tend to push the guard into the prop. So not great for, bumping into stuff and continuing to fly, but, it would protect it from hitting your hands and people and whatnot. Let's see, the battery is a 650 milliamp hour 1-cell LiPo. That takes about an hour and a half to charge. And in the stock form like this with the camera on, you get about 10-minute flights. With the prop guards on, I only did 1 test flight and it was 7 minutes, which seems quite a bit shorter for just prop guards on, so that may be a little bit off there. I don't know if maybe my battery wasn't quite right, but I would have expected the prop guards to only take maybe a minute or a minute and a half off, so I'm a little bit confused about my figure on that flight. But again, I only did 1 flight with the prop guards on, so maybe something went weird there. But anyway, 10-minute flights in this form, which is how you're probably going to be flying a quad like this. And then you get about a 15-second LVC warning, so a little bit of a warning to get it back to you, but not a ton of warning. Let's see. You cannot turn off the LEDs. There's no way to turn them off, so they're just on all the time. And I did find this to be one of the louder of the clones. It isn't the gear system's a little bit loud, I think. But it's a nice flyer. It certainly isn't as good as the actual Alias. But for the price and, for a clone, it's a pretty decent flyer, just a little bit slow on the yaw rate. The camera isn't great. It gets quite a bit of jello wobble, I think, just because of the way it's mounted, and I don't know, there's a little bit of shakiness in the quad, so quite a bit of jello wobble in the camera footage. But yeah, I'm not going to do an indoor flight of this one. I think we've seen plenty of examples of how good these are at night flying, so, you know that this is already a good night flyer, and it works with the prop guards. I don't really need to show that, I don't think. So we'll just do an outdoor flight. We'll do some onboard camera footage, and I'll do some picture-in-picture so you can see what that looks like. And I think that's about it. So let's go check that out. Alright, I got the F802C out for the outdoor flight. We'll see what it can do, and then we'll record some onboard footage. And I've got it in high rates. So there's our yaw rate. Not too bad. I think maybe a little bit faster than the other clones. There's our funnels. Not super tight, but not too bad. This flies a lot like the F801C. Just a little bit lighter. Let's do some flips. Not bad. That's full pitch there. Get a little bit of speed going. Alright, starting the camera, and the transmitter beeps the whole time while it's filming. Get some sample footage, see what that looks like. Get some make you guys dizzy footage. Yeah, I really don't like when transmitters beep at you constantly. was a good video sample, and stop the camera. Do a little bit more flying. So not bad, not quite the Alias, but it's probably one of the better clones that I've flown so far. It's quieter than the other clones, like the Alias. Has a really quiet gear system. Just not quite as fast on the yaw, and not quite as stable and precise in its, 6-axis stabilization. Not bad for the price though. Just wish the camera was more optional. I want to be able to remove it easily and fly without the camera. But if you get the camera version, you're kind of committed to having the camera on it. So that's kind of strange. Alright, well, I think that was a good flight sample, so bring it in for a landing. Weird, throttle kind of cut out on me there a little bit. Anyway, there we go. That was the HT F802C LaTrax Alias clone with the optional camera. Pretty cool, not bad. One of the better clones, I think. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Check the video description for price and purchase link, and I will see you next time.